is delays galore, and we'll get into Avatar. I guess your ladder's changed now, right?
Pardon?
Your ladder's changed now.
We'll get to that next week. We got some good positionings happening.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but originally Avatar 3 was supposed to come out next year, and was it a year after? So Avatar 4 would
I think it was
25.
every 2 years.
2 years,
24,
okay.
26, and 28.
Right. So now Disney's done a massive delay thing here. So Avatar 3 is now releasing on December 19th, 2025. So that's been pushed back essentially a year.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar 4 has been pushed back from to December 21st, 2029. And Avatar 5 has been pushed back to December 19, 2031. Yeah, 31. Now, really funny because Zoe Saldana made a post saying when she made the first one, she was 27, and by the time the final one comes out, she's going to be 53. So these are big delays, and you're a big fan of Avatar. What do you think about these delays, and what do you think they could possibly delay this for, like visual effects turn up? Or
I don't know, because these delays are like they're extreme. 28 to 31 is a big delay for a movie that's far away. You don't need to touch it. I understand delaying the third one, perhaps by next year, at the end of next year, it's not ready. That's cool. I want these movies polished. I want VFX to be at the top of the game, same as the first two ones, obviously. I think I messaged you kind of like my theory on it, that James Cameron wants to continue like breaking new VFX ground for these films, so hence the major delay. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just kind of me thinking about it, I guess. The writer's strike could be a part of it, but they've already written, so I don't know how that could play a part in it. I have no clue. I couldn't possibly think other than, it's to make the VFX better, and that's good. They still got to do a lot of shooting. There's still, I think both of the 4 and 5 need to be filmed yet. They've shot some scenes for the fourth one, but that's just to show that the kids are aging and progression with the storyline of the actual movies themselves. But yeah, man, looking at these release dates, I get all like squeamish in a way, like 2031, man, I'm going to be 35. And I think I was 13 when the first one came out. They're just 22 years to tell 5 movies. I don't like that. I think it's excessive now, because we've undergone like I think at least like 8 to 9 years where there's just delays after delays after delays. I think the second one was slated for 2014 originally. Could be a mistake in that, but it was around that area, and it kept getting pushed back. And it's just happening again. And it's just like, it's hard to be a fan of the franchise because you want this story to have momentum. I don't want to have to watch Avatar 3 and then wait 3 more years or 4 more years. It's 29 and 31, or is it 28 and 31?
29 and 31.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a 4-year gap. We already waited, 9 years for 11 years? How much was it?
More than that. Came out
14 years.
2022.
Yeah. 13 years. Yeah, because it came out in 2009, the first one. Yeah, so 13 years for the second one. People are enough to be patient about that. Cool, it's the third highest grossing movie of all time. Congrats. But now we have to keep waiting. I guess we got the next one in a couple of years. That's fine, but there's no reason to delay 4 and 5 just that long. I just don't think it's. At some point, you're going to lose the audience. Yeah. And not because they're getting old, but because there's just too much time has passed, too much things are happening in the world. People get older. I think someone commented on one of our content, they were 8 or something when it first came out, and they're going to be 30. They're going to be 30 when the 5th one comes out.
It's crazy.
So they've gone from a kid to an adult within the time. I think that's just when you're making a series that long, you gotta question the process.
Just imagine if MCU Phase 1 came out with these sort of staggered dates,
it's just
Iron Man comes out and then Iron Man 2 doesn't count until 13 years later.
You need to layer the production process. While the VFX are happening on the third one, you need to be shooting 4. And then same again, or you can shoot back to back. there needs to be it can't just be one film at a time, especially with VFX it's large, you know. So I think it's ridiculous. I think it's gonna lose some audience along the way. It's sad to see, and yeah, I don't like the age I'm gonna be when the fifth one comes out, but it'll be fine. I'm still gonna enjoy it. Hopefully, maybe they better be worth it. I'm telling you now, they better be worth it. I've been very nice, very kind with all the delays, with the okay story for the best visual effects of all time. So they better start delivering on the story now.
Yeah, they have to, because the visual effects gap is pretty much shortened now.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer have 13 years to work with. It's X amount of years in. How much of advancement can it really
Do you
go?
think, here's a theory for you. He's talked about glassesless 3D. We can be 3D without the glasses. Do you think he's going to go for that for the fifth one?
Probably, but I'll believe it when I see it. Like, how the fuck is it going to work? Glassesless 3D.
I don't know. If someone can find a way,
yeah, I know. It'll be
it's
James. Bro, this guy might die before he even finishes, man.
Is he? How old is he?
I have no idea. He has to be like around that, remember that 50 to 60 mark for sure. Like, he's not a spring chicken, so to speak.
He's 68.
68.
Yeah.
And there's 2 films to pretty much one.
So he'll be 76 by the time they're done. 76.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. Well, what were your thoughts on them?
Avatar 3 I can somewhat, agree with, like there's still some minor touches and tweaks they need to do.
Yeah.
But those other ones, like to delay them by like years, like 4 years apart from each other is really ridiculous.
I don't like that, yeah.
I understand, because like obviously they're starting to shoot them back to back,
Exactly. Yep.
And you cut out that problem, then your only worry is post-production after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much almost over 2 decades for 5 films for a franchise. Yeah, they're pretty much each guaranteed $2 billion, but your core, that's just, people are just going to see that for the visual effects, really.
Yeah, they're just waiting too long now. The story needs momentum, and the first one, it was a standalone thing. If it made 500 million, it wouldn't have gone to sequel. I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it made as much money as it did, he was allowed to create this massive world and create a 5-parter for it. If you're gonna do like all these sequels and have the second one actually establish a story, establish a narrative that's going to continue, you need to. It has momentum, so it's carrying momentum now. By the time the fourth one comes around, it's kind of fizzled out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people will get a bit sick of it. They'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool. I've seen this one."
And then they
even though I saw part 2 like 10 years ago. Close enough. 10 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be like 8 years since the second one came out. It's just like,
it's just dumb. And then you also have to think about the actors as well, like Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
I mean, they are obviously they're obviously going to get older, as Zoe Saldana posted. But they obviously want to do other stuff and do other roles. They can't be locked in to this sort of stuff, Maybe they want to branch away from a franchise and do more independent films or something like that, or even retire.
Yeah. See,
but yeah,
I get really annoyed when studios or filmmakers, they commit to a series in this timeline and then they can't deliver on it. Obviously, I want everything to be polished to the filmmakers', I guess, satisfaction. But like, just you're messing with fans if you can't meet it, because Beyond the Spider-Verse, that comes out March next year, and I don't think it's going to make that, and I don't think the directors know either based on their comments.
I hope it does.
Yeah, and Haley Steinfeld hasn't recorded yet, and
is that actually fact or is it just rumored?
That's what she said. So
no way.
Yeah, if they're not going to meet that, you're just going to release the second one, have that release date be there, and everyone's going to get so in for it, and then you're just going to delay it. It's kind of like,
really?
Yeah. It's sometimes they're a bit too much, and I'm just done with the Avatar delays. Honestly,
they honestly should have just done Avatar 2 this date, and then Avatar 3, 4, 5 TBA.
Exactly. Yeah, just do it one at a time, and just do it as fast as possible.
Yeah,
just making sure it's as good as possible as well.
All right, shall we move on to more delays?